Side 2 begins with The Chain, yet another recognizable track from the album, and with good reason. It's also in fact the only song of Rumours where all 5 members are credited as songwriters, and the only one where Mick Fleetwood and John McVie are given actual credit at all. Really think about that. The last 2 founding continuous members left, the ones who were there from the very beginning of the band, the very inspirations for the name itself, and this song is their only writing credit on this album. I also don't know if that's irony or not. I can't even think of a joke. Though that could be because of the rather somewhat patchwork nature of the song, being comprised of a few different sections and materials, each being composed by a certain member or two, either from previous obscure solo stuff or from unused band demos. And fun fact, the song itself was eventually put together by using a razor blade to splice up the tapes, apparently. And if that was true, then knowing such, you gotta admire them for doing so seamlessly. As for the track itself, it begins with a country-esque guitar and some stepping kick drum that accompany the Stevie Nicks penned lyrics that tell us to listen to the blowing wind and to watch the rising sun, ordering us to observe the world and the reality around us. Then the choruses come along with Lindsay, Stevie and Christine coming together in harmonizing vocals to tell us that if we don't love them now, we'll never be able to love them again. However, they wouldn't have to worry about that, however, since we already love them and their musical genius. And of course, they mentioned never being able to break the chain. Chains in general often represent both positive and negative ideas, be it through strength through unity or restriction and suppression. Here, the chain can likewise represent being stuck in a straining relationship, or even the one thing that kept this band going for so long, the music. The music itself that kept this band together. And bear in mind, when they were recording their songs for this album, they would have their infights and arguments and all that, something like any married couple would do. But when they were actually working, they'd seemingly get their act together to get it done precisely. And I'm sure it's not too uncommon in bands and whatnot, but still. Anyways, 3 minutes into the track, it seems to go into a false ending where we get possibly one of the best outros of any song out there ever. John's distinct bass line progression and a faint build-up of mixed drums. Then Lindsay kicks back in with a fantastic guitar solo from which he spills out the inner frustrations of the band as a whole. And by the end, the vocals return to repeat the lines of "Chain keeps us together, running in the shadows," further demonstrating the idea of the chain being a metaphor for the music they create. This ending alone sounds like the kind of music you'd listen to while riding on a motorbike with sunglasses, leather jacket and everything on a long stretch of road in a vast desert. If it's not any of the singles that captivated so many listeners of Rumours, it's this song right here. And I sure am captivated as well. After that is You Make Loving Fun. Written by Christine McVie, this was the 4th and last single of Rumours. And considering the not-so-secret origin behind this particular song, it slightly impresses me that it was even considered to be a potential single. It's a very disco-inspired piece, with some funky instrumentation from mixed percussion, John's bass, Lindsay's guitars, Christine's synth, and even a bit of Stevie's tambourine. She sure loves those tambourines. Christine seems to sing about how she never believed in miracles or magic before, but now she has a good feeling that she might, and it's a good time to try it out. Simple and happy, right? Well, there's a reason for that. For you see, this song was indeed inspired by an affair. An affair that Christine had with a man named Curry Grant, who was the lighting director for the band at the time. And to avoid any potential flare-ups, she told John, who was her sort of husband, that the song in question was about her dog. So she basically told him that the song's about making love to her dog. Sounds a bit even worse and squickier, but sure. That aside though, this is still a pretty decent and nifty track. Probably one of the closest instances that Fleetwood Mac, mostly known for their more bluesy and soft rock music, have ever got to doing disco, alongside Secondhand News. You make loving fun. Christine makes this song fun. In more ways than one. Next is I Don't Want to Know. Written by Stevie Nicks, this is another upbeat country-style song that otherwise deals with a bit of heartache. There's even a deliberate reference and response to a song that Lindsay made in the previous Fleetwood Mac album, specifically Monday Morning. In that song, Lindsay sings, "I've got nothing but love for you, so tell me what you really want to do. First you love me, then you move down the line." And here, Stevie sings, "I don't want to know the reasons why love keeps right on walking down the line." So, again, keeping with the themes of these members kind of arguing and kind of breaking up and cheating on each other, this is probably part of that kind of Stevie trying to respond to Lindsay's words deliberately. However, though, the song was apparently written prior to the Rumours sessions, but the other Mac members decided to replace one of Stevie's other songs, namely Silver Springs, with this one. Needless to say, Stevie was far from pleased with this choice, and it would fuel a tension with the band that soon culminated with Stevie departing by the 90s. And listening to that song, Silver Springs, it's pretty good as well, and does deserve a chance to be on the album as well. At least it got to be a B-side on Go Your Own Way. Probably ironic. As for this song though, it's pretty fine too. It may not be as epic as The Chain or Go Your Own Way, nor as soothing as Dreams or Songbird, but as is, it's a light, peppy song. Then we have the penultimate song, Oh Daddy. Once again written by Christine McVie, this is a soft rocking tune where she sings about this father figure who she kind of talks about how much loving and caring they are, how much this daddy person is often cares for them when she's down or weak or very wrong at something. Christine herself claims that this track was made for Mick, who at the time was the only member to be an actual parent, hence the whole daddy motif. However, some sources have speculated that, like with You Make Loving Fun, this is about the band's lighting director. So, we're implying that Christine wants to make love to Mick? Okay. Anyways, flushing that image out of our minds, the lyrics themselves go about how right and strong yet caring and nurturing a father is, or at least should be. It and its repeating use of the title Oh Daddy reminds me a bit of Mother by Pink Floyd, or even another daddy song by Emily Sandé. Though it does make me wonder if there are any songs that are about certain family members aside from mothers and fathers, like auntie or uncle or something like that. Sure, there's Paul McCartney's Uncle Albert, but still. And another funny thing about this is that in this song, Stevie Nicks doesn't seem to be featured or credited here. Not even any backing vocals or even a bit of a tambourine. Huh. But regardless, it's still a decent enough song from Christine, if not Fleetwood Mac overall. And so the album concludes with Gold Dust Woman. Once again from the mind of Stevie Nicks, this is the longest track from Rumours at around 5 minutes. In it, Steven sings about how lazy lovers pick their prey yet never seem to cry out loud, and that rulers make bad lovers, so you'd better put up your kingdom for sale. Though I have a feeling that Game of Thrones might have a word or two to say about that, from the little mark of rulers making bad lovers. Anyway, some of the instruments, such as Lindsay's dreary guitars and even Mike's use of a cowbell and harpsichord, really help in creating this combination, this balance of Celtic and American country music. And supposedly, the takes used to make the final version of this song were recorded at around 4 a.m. in the morning after countless attempts throughout the whole night. Again, I can relate, and I can admit to being a bit of a procrastinator from time to time. Plus, the title itself was inspired by a street that Stevie used to visit in her childhood, called Gold Dust Lane, which is located in Wickenburg, Arizona. However, according to Stevie herself, the gold dust part is indeed used as an allegory for cocaine. Like I may have said before, when they weren't having affairs and infightings and just trying to get this album done and dusted, they were high as kites. That aside though, this is a good enough closer to the Rumours album, ending on a somewhat bittersweet yet fulfilled note. And with all that said and done, Rumours by Fleetwood Mac is still really good. It is the dog's bollocks. It is absolutely no wonder such an album like this became such a big hit. It's an album that anyone can connect and relate to. The themes of love and heartbreak and romance and even the occasional drug use. Anyone could see themselves in such circumstances, and many of the songs and music here are very diverse and ranged enough that anyone can listen to it on the go or trying to get into the Fleetwood Mac band without needing too much information on what they were or what they are now. And some of the songs range from being calm, soothing, like Dreams and Songbird, to being somewhat peppy and upbeat, like Secondhand News and I Don't Want to Know, to downright epic, like Go Your Own Way and The Chain, of course. And I just don't know what else there's to say about it that hasn't been said. It is really damn good. Although, one thing I will say is that a lot of the writers or credits for this album are quite varied. Not counting the Chain song, which has all members credited, 3/10 of the songs are written by Lindsey Buckingham, another 3/10 were written by Stevie Nicks, and 4/10 were written by Christine McVie. So, yeah, so a good chunk of the album is written by Christine McVie. Not to disparage any of the members, all of them have good contributions to the album overall. So, yeah, with all that said, if you want to get into Fleetwood Mac, I say give this one a good try. If you're a fan of the more bluesier roots, I say still give it a chance as well. It is a great album and a great iconic album from such a great band like Fleetwood Mac. Next time, however, I'm going to get my head checked by a jumbo jet, for I'll be checking out another album by Blur.